Today I want to talk about a mudra. It's called Mahasheersha Mudra. It's actually pretty near and dear to me. When I was going through my yoga therapist training, it was one that my colleague actually prescribed for me because I suffer from migraines. Now, my migraines are cyclical, pretty regularly with my monthly cycle, the hormonal. And so Mahasheersha, Maha is great, Sheersha is head, and mudra can be translated as a seal or a gesture. So Mahasheersha Mudra is gesture of the big head. So it's not actually describing the headache, it's actually describing what the mudra is going to do to relieve the headache. So it can be very helpful for tension headaches or referred headache to the eye and the temple, or from any TMJ dysfunction. So interestingly enough, I'll show you the mudra. The index finger and the middle finger touch the tip of the thumb. The ring finger is actually folded down right to that indentation of the palm, and then the pinky finger is extended. So it looks like this from the side, and then you're just laying the backs of the hands on your lap. The spine is naturally aligned and the shoulders easily move back and down. What was so fascinating for me is that the first time that my colleague suggested it, and when I went to learn and do the mudra, I actually couldn't get my hand in that position, and only on the left side, which is where my migraines are always left side oriented. And I couldn't get the fold down of the ring finger and extend the pinkies. And so for me, just, being so infinitely curious about it, and then completely infuriated that I couldn't do such a simple gesture of separating these two fingers. So I went into that source and, oh my God, was just met with a plethora of goodies of sensation. So I worked that spot between the fingers. And it really, it's so intense right now because I actually have a migraine, which is why I was inspired to do this with you. I've been able to really get into each finger and articulate it. So all the meridians, they end in the hands. And by working this, just like a reflexology, when you work your feet, you can work the whole body. You can get into so much just by working the hands. And our hands do so much for us all day long, the gripping. So to really open up the fingers in that way is really good. So Mahasheersha Mudra, ring finger folded down, thumb and index finger touching the tip of the thumb, pinky finger extended. You can see that there's so much, I don't know if you can see, there's so much more tension on the left with the extension of the pinky than on the right. This mudra actually, so Ayurvedically can help to balance. It's very cooling and calming, so that can help a Pitta imbalance and also a Vata imbalance. It activates the earth element and the water element, both are which really good to get you out of your head. So when you have accumulated tension, the energy can be stuck up here in the neck and head, neck, and shoulders. And so many of us in that position that we do all day long. So holding the mudra, eyes partway closed or 9/10 of the way closed. The mudra actually will help to lengthen the exhalation. That alone has a calming effect. That'll activate apana vayu, the downward moving wind of the body. So if you think that the downward moving wind becomes more activated, it kind of brings you out of your head, down into your feet. So as you sit here and hold the mudra, you can think that on a physical level, the annamaya kosha, tension is draining out of the eyes, out of the face, out of the temples. There's a spaciousness in the jaw, right? That tension that can really accumulate it right at the hinge joint of the jaw. So this mudra can help with any TMJ dysfunction or headaches that might be associated with that. So there's space, and then the tongue just lays the bottom of the mouth. In the pranamaya kosha, the energetic body, the breath, which is the bridge, the sheath that bridges the physical body with the mind. So is that lengthened exhalation. And then from the mind, it can actually bring more spaciousness to the mind. So worry, anxiety are lessened. Tension just kind of melts down into the earth. The Vijnanamaya kosha, which is another one of the bridge between the Manamaya kosha and the Anandamaya kosha. So like the lower mind, emotions and thoughts, to our wisdom body. And in the wisdom body, we know that there is that lightness, that connection to our higher selves, our true nature, which then gives us access to the Anandamaya kosha, the bliss body. And in the bliss body, we know that we are connected to everything. And there's just this expansiveness of freedom that we can really tap into at any time. Oh, I feel so much better. Mahasheersha Mudra. You know, I wanted to do this with you today because I was having such a headache, and rather than just pushing through and trying to film this posture or that posture, I was like, oh, right. Remember that these are actually tools that we can carry with us at any time. Pull out of our little yogic toolbox and use them. So thank you for making me feel better. Mahasheersha Mudra. Namaste.